G'day everyone, and welcome to Ricko's Fossicking Adventures, episode 2. I wasn't actually going to film this trip. I've been all over the place. Started off at Inverell, did three nights there. Not much luck, a lot of hard work for very little reward. So decided to go up into Torrington State Forest, and there's a nature reserve up there as well. Found a lot of topaz, and then did some specking around an old emerald mine and managed to pick up a couple of emeralds. I got about 8 nice little emeralds. I'll show them at the end of the video. Right now I'm on the Severn River in the New England area. It's beautiful here. This is the first place I ever went Sapphire Fossicking and had a bit of luck. So I've come back here. Now I've got a little bit of experience behind my belt, and I've put about 4 hours into the river, two and a half last night, and then a few hours, an hour this morning. But what I've got so far in comparison to Inverell. So I did 3 nights in Inverell, and then I got less than this. There's a couple of big bombs in here, top sievers, 2 cutters there, some topaz, and a nice little greeny tingy topaz. Some red ones, either garnets. There are reports of rubies in this river, so we'll test them out later on. And lots of little beautiful low quality sapphires. There's only the 2 cutters in there. I'm going to spend another half a day here and see how I go. Get the phone down into the creek and do a bit of filming of some sieving and some digging, and let's see what we come up with. Happy days. Down here at the spot, I've ran a bucket through since I last made that little video. This is where I'm digging. So the Severn River here comes around a great big bend, goes around. There's a road only about 100 metres the other side of the ute, and then another 50 metres on the other side is the river. So we're on the inside of a big bend. This section here would have been an overflow channel from high flooding. There's a bit of a sandy bank there, but the channel continues through, joins up. So this is a big inside bend here. This tree that I'm standing on has been here for quite some while, and you can see there where I've been digging, just on the other side. I tried in here behind the rocks and all the usual spots that you would find the heavies, and not even any spinel. So come back to here and did a bucket, and I've been getting 3 sieves to a bucket, which is not too bad. It's probably only half a bucket too, to be honest, because it gets a bit heavy once you fill it up past halfway. I've just broke my tweezers, so I went back to the ute to do some repairs. I tipped this sieve out before I went, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a nice little blue one there. So as you can see, lots of spinel. The black dark stones are spinel, and there's also some alluvial tin mixed in there as well, which the old timers went mad for in this area, especially up around Torrington and Emmaville. So there you go. That's what we're chasing. That's what we're finding. Lots of spinel in the sieves, which is our indicator stone. And yeah, I've already found about half a dozen sapphires in here this morning out of the 1 bucket. So I've got my tweezers fixed. I think there might be another little one there somewhere. I've got my tweezers fixed, and they've just broken again. So I might go and find another set of tweezers. I think I've got some metal ones up there, and yeah, we'll get back into it and see what we can find. Right, so I've got one more sieve left in this bucket. There's a couple of good spinels in there. I don't know if you can see them or not, but so I'll just show you the whole process of what we do here. You've got your sieves. I might do it down here, hopefully you can see it. Pour my gravel in. Make sure you wash those last rocks out, because I have tipped my bucket out and then looked in the bucket before and gone, oh, there's a little blue one there. So make sure you give it a little rinse and get the last bit in. So with your sieves, you want it in the water, side to side, and get all your small stones worked through to that smaller sieve. This is a very easy process here because the stone's already clean. Down in Inverell and other places where you got to dig into the clay layer, you got to wash your stones, and it can be a bit of a tedious process. So I just throw out all my bigger ones. They're on the top. Here, look, so there's some really nice sized spinel in here. Which is a great indicator that there's also heavier sapphires mixed in as well. So I have found 3 top sieve stones in this spot. So I'm just making sure I check this top sieve thoroughly, checking all the spinel, making sure they're not sapphires, and nothing in that one, unfortunately. So you throw that out, obviously away from where you're digging, because you don't want to have to sort through that stuff again. Now, with your bottom sieve, I do a few more side to sides to get the looser stones, the smaller stuff out. You can see all through here, all the stuff that's fallen out through the bottom sieve. Give it an up and down shake like that to settle all the heavies to the bottom. And now we go side to side, creating waves. Now what this does, the waves going side to side in the sieve like that, forces all the heavies into the middle. And then you tip it to this side and you do the same thing. And now you have that, and you do a tap and you do it again, just to get them to set into the middle. And I submerge, a little shake, which sets all the heavies in the bottom of the sieve. Now, this is going to be a bit difficult because I'm only a one-man thing. What I might do is flip it first. This is how I flip. I put my thumbs on the inside, and you want a big, smooth motion, and flip it over away from you and face down. And the idea is all your heavies are concentrated in the middle, your sapphires are then on the top, and you don't have to sift through all this stuff here. So I'll do a flip, and then we'll do a little reveal of what we got. So that was not a very good, I didn't center them very well at all in that one. I was too busy talking, I think, but you can see the idea. Your spinel is supposed to be all centered into the middle, and then your sapphires will be in there amongst them as well. We've got none in that one, which is okay because that was just the last of a bucket. So anyway, we'll get in, we'll do some more digging and see what we can get out of here. So I've just dug out probably only half a bucket this time. Found one little one there. I don't know if you could have seen it. Had it on a hyperlapse just to get through the process a little bit quicker on the video, and we're going to run this through and see what we get. I generally fill my pan up to about that much in this really gravelly stuff. When you're working a lot of clay areas, you can fill it up as much as you can, because a lot of the clay works through and just washes out of it anyway. But in these creeks where it's all gravelly and there's no clay, you seem to fill up that bottom sieve quite quickly with the sand. There's a nice little jelly bean. Here's a cool one. Might save that one. Oh, there's a big, beautiful big topaz on the top. He's nice. Save that. Lots of big topaz in here, which is awesome. That's also a good indicator that you find bigger sapphires as well. Can't see a lot more in there. Some big chunky spinel. Great indicator. So this is the size of the spinel. The bigger stuff. No, that's sort of medium spinel. The smaller ones are about the same size as the sapphire. Right, so there's nothing else left in that. Here's a pot. Flip that on the bank. I think this is going to be a lot better sieve. Give you an idea of the better settling. Look, I can already see a sapphire there. There's one there. I might save that one. I'm going to give it a shake. Get everything to settle in the bottom. And then I'll do another recenter. And another tap, fully submerged, 2 little taps. And we have some blue. Now this is a better sorting of the sieve. I'll get that out of the sunlight. And there you go. There's your sapphires. So it's that easy really, guys. There's 2 there. One there and one there. So pretty easy, a lot of fun. And who doesn't love pretty blue rocks? The second sieve out of that bucket I just dug. And we've got... I've lost them now. There's 3 there. Look, 1, 2 and 3 right in the middle. So that's actually a little purpley, that one there, kind of purple, and then blue and blue. So yep, there's that's 5 out of 2 sieves. Pretty good, going pretty good. This is the last sieve out of that pan. Not a lot of spinel left in there, but I can't really see this. There it is, that one there. He's a beauty, probably one of the biggest I've found this morning. He's not super clear, probably just a little bit on the end, but it's still a sapphire, so I'm happy with that. So just had a little break to let the water clear a bit, have a sandwich. Hopefully you guys can sort of see what I'm doing here now. Literally all I'm doing is scraping off the top layer of rocks. They're only small boulders, they're not huge. They've obviously been washed in by the heavy floods. And then I'm getting down to the sand layer just under those, and I've found that it's there's layers. So there's a layer of larger spinel, and then if I dig down a little bit lower than that, I'm getting a lot more spinel, but it's a lot smaller. So what you can do is you can test your areas and just work along and just figure out which one is holding. They might be washed in really deep, they might be just sitting on the top from a recent flood. This is a big inside bend, as I mentioned. I reckon over there would be a great spot to dig, as the heavies would get washed into there, up against the granite, which is bedrock. But it's quite deep over there, it's about waist deep. So I'm not that keen to get that wet. I'll walk down the log here and try not to fall off. The water in the gumboots for a bit of stability. Okay, so there's that little sandy bank there. I went and did a little test dig just about a metre this side of that sandy bank. Not even any spinel. So I also tested just in here somewhere near that bank, and yep, yeah, just there, and there no spinel. So literally everything's getting backwashed, possibly coming up against this log and just settling. Either that, or in the really high floods where it's come through that channel, they've washed in through there as well. So it's a really great idea, guys, just to check all your ground, do some test sieves, and obviously just dig where you're finding those heavy rocks, finding your spinel. You can see there all the sand that's filtered through my bottom sieve where I've been doing my sieving. So yeah, that's how it's done. The Severn River in, where am I? Rangers Valley. It's quite a good fishing river as well, apparently. There's some Murray cod, eastern cod, and some perch, yellow belly and trout. So next time I'm up here, I might bring the rod. So this is why I really like this spot here. I don't know if you can see there, right in the middle of the sieve. Not only does it supply you with a lot of sapphires per sieve, I literally just got 13 out of my last sieve. That was the middle sieve out of this bucket. This is the last sieve. And look at that beautiful quartz point. Top sieve, clear as, so clear. Just lovely. It's been in the river for a long time. It's very worn down, but beautiful. A nice little byproduct while searching for some sapphires. Yep. So we've been going pretty hard this morning. Didn't realise the time, it's almost 2 o'clock. So the back was getting a little bit sore, belly was getting a bit hungry. So we'll let that water clear up a bit down there. I've got to head home today, and yeah, we might just do another few more buckets before we pack up the camp and head off, but I just thought I would give you a bit of a reveal to what we found this morning. It's been a pretty lucrative morning. There's been a lot. My best sieve I found 13 sapphires in, so I've got lots of topaz, some big topazes, that really nice quartz point that I found, a couple of other quartz points there, and lots, come on focus, lots and lots of sapphires. Not the greatest quality, but you know, who cares? I've got a couple of cutters in there, just being out in the river and finding these beautiful gemstones is that's enough for me. Anyway, there's quite a few there that aren't purely clear, but still they'll polish up nicely and be some really nice stones that we can do something with in the future. So yeah, it's been a great day. It's hard to leave, but unfortunately today's my last day out here and I need to get back to reality. So we'll go down, we'll do a few more buckets, have something to eat first, dig a few more buckets out. I'm actually going to collect the center of my sieving pile because I'm pretty sure I've missed quite a few in there, and I'll take that home and yeah, we'll sort through that at home and find anything that we've missed. But that's a pretty good haul for this morning. So I'm back home, guys, after my second trip. I did 5 nights out in the New England area. The first 4 days I dug at Billabong Blue. Went out and saw Bill and Rhonda again. I love those guys. They're really accommodating, and it's just a nice spot. They've got really good quality sapphires there, but it's a lot of hard work to get them. These ones here I'm going to send away to be cut, and some topazes, some garnets, possibly zircons, the red ones. I'm not sure if anyone can clue me up. That one there in the middle, the little clear one, the real waxy looking one, that's actually an alluvial diamond. There are diamonds around there as well. Near Copeton Dam was an old diamond mine. So if you want to go out there and find some diamonds, that's cool. Then I went from Inverell to Torrington, walked around a few old mine sites and managed to find some emeralds, which is pretty special. I'm really keen to get back out there and do some digging. There's no water there to do sieving and clean your rocks, so unless you want to dry sieve and then take all your material away to wash, it's a bit hard going. From Torrington, I went to the Severn River in the Rangers Valley, and I stayed there for 1 night. So an afternoon and half a day's digging, I managed to get all of that compared to just that for 4 days at Inverell. The difference being the quality of the sapphire. I believe only these 3 are cutters, and those however many is there. So that's the difference. Very low quality sapphire, but still really fun to dig and to find the pretty blue stuff. Lots of quartz points in there as well. A couple of big dirty sapphire bombs that are just clear on the edges. And some topaz, possibly some aquamarine in there, or some green sapphires. And this is the topaz that I got from Torrington. I haven't washed it yet, it's still quite dirty, but I'll give it a clean up. And also some some really nice quartz points there as well. Back home now, finish editing this little video and start planning my next trip. We might do a little bit of gold prospecting next time we head out that way, I think. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure, mostly my pleasure, but I hope you've got a little bit of entertainment and also some educational purposes for anyone that wants to go out and find all these beautiful precious gemstones that are just there, ready for the taking. Thanks, guys. See you on the next episode.